Greetings YouTube, Dark Swordsman here, and I am back for more Final Fantasy X. And as you can see, I have started the grind now. I've been working with Yuna, and as you can see, her stats are looking pretty nasty now. But we've still got a long way to go. But before I could continue the grind, there was something that I needed to do with the walkthrough first of all, and that was to show you guys where to find the celestial weapons. So also with me today I have a guest host as well for this particular walkthrough video, who's going to be commenting here and there I suppose, and that is Holly's Adventures. Hello. Okay, so to get the celestial weapons, the first thing we need to do is we need to get our hands on the cloudy mirror, which we're going to then convert into the celestial mirror. So where do we get the cloudy mirror? Well, we need to head over to a place called the Renum Temple. Now, because it's our first time going there, I'm actually going to show you guys how to get to it. Normally I would edit this out, but because, like I said, we haven't been there yet, I need to show you guys. There is also an Albed Primer over at the Renum Temple as well, which I've already picked up. I had to go and pick it up because I needed to get access to an item that I needed. But I will just point out where exactly it is when we get there, just so as you all know. This is also where we will get our hands on the Magnus Sisters as well. But I'm not going to go after the Magnus Sisters just yet, because I don't really need them at this precise moment in time. But we will be picking them up at some point in the near future. Okay, so if we make our way all the way up through across the bridge here, up towards the entrance to the temple, we're not actually going to go into the temple. Instead, we're actually going to veer off around to the left here, and we're actually going to play a little bit of a mini game. Now, if you haven't got the Albed Primer, it will be just sat at the back over roughly around about here. But for the mini game, we want to approach this little sphere on the floor, which is going to explain to us about the mini game. Now, I just also want to point out that I am not going to be going after all the sigils in this particular walkthrough video. In fact, there's going to be some of them that I'm not going after full stop, just purely because two of them require me to do mini games that, I'll be honest, I suck at. And the third one is one that I have done once. It ensued a lot of rage, and I swore never to do it again. Okay, so once we've spoken to the Chocobo, we're going to make our way all the way around to the other side here. And basically, we just have to beat the Chocobo down to the bottom. Now, there is a trophy tied to this one as well, if we can get all 5 treasure chests as well, but we'll leave that for another time because, again, it's a really infuriating trophy. Yep, we want to ride. Oops. Well, if I was going for the watch sit trophy, then yeah, that would have been an awful start. Got stuck on the wall. Oops. Wow, we are miles ahead right now. I think we got this one in the bag. There we go. So we've now got the cloudy mirror. If you can manage to get, I think it's 2 chests and win the race, you'll get some wings to discovery. I think you'll get about 30 of them, and those can be used for double AP and also for break HP. But after that, you will have to farm them from a different area, which at some point I might just show you guys. Okay, so now we've got the celestial mirror, we're going to head into Macalania Forest. So I'm going to pause my recording and I'll be right there with you in a... Okay, so First of all, talk to him. To her, sorry. She'll tell us that she's waiting for her husband. And we'll make our way back through here. Because you see, we can't just get to where we need to go. We need to first of all remove a few obstacles. So, we'll go ahead here and... we want to talk to... oh, way up. Did I forget to grab that chest? Or was it... it's not letting me open it, so I must have already opened it and it's just not disappeared for whatever reason. Or whatever. I don't think it's anything too great anyway, even if... but yes, we need to talk to this guy here and we tell him that they are waiting over there. With that, he'll jog off. Now we can make our way all the way back through to where we started. And yes, there is a jet spear there, folks, but we'll get that on another episode, because I'm going to show you guys where to find all of those. And then she will tell us that her son has now run off. So if we go ahead and make our way up this very weird and shiny looking path all the way to the top here, we'll now see that this path is empty. Originally there was a guy blocking it. I should probably have shown you that, but it's fine. So if we make our way all the way to the top, and then we need to just talk to the little lad here, he will tell us that he can feel something strange. And yep, we're going to go ahead and use the cloudy mirror. And this is also where we're going to complete our celestial weapons. To do that, you will need the crests and the sigils. And I'm going to tell you where to get some of this, well, where to get all the sigils and the crests from. I'm not going to do it on camera because some of them are a bit lengthy. And some of them can be a bit infuriating. Like I said, there's 3 that I'm not going to be going after just purely because of that. Okay, so now that we have our celestial weapon, we can go ahead and start rounding up those celestial weapons. So I'm going to pause the recording a sec while I get to the first one, and I'll be right back with you folks. Okay, so our first celestial weapon is in this chest just here, and this chest will appear once you have captured at least one of each fiend in the Calmlands. You will also get Oren's sigil from here once you have captured enough to generate, I believe it's 10 monsters split through the area conquest and the... oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm giving the right information here. Yeah, area conquest and species conquest, which I haven't quite done yet, but I'm probably not far off now, I would have thought. Okay, so that's Yuna's down. Okay, so on board the airship then, if we go into input, and we want to type in, just find the right letter I'm looking for, which seems to have disappeared. There it is. So we want to type in God hand. And that's going to unlock a new area at Mushroom Rock Road, which we're now going to go to.
Here we go!
There are a few other locations to unlock via typing in stuff as well, but we'll get to that another time. Okay, if we just make our way over this way, should be... oh, God. Good order. Sorry, Garoda, not now, thank you. I'm busy. Go away. Let's see, here it is. And yep. This will give us Riku's. Now, Riku's sigil you'll get from doing the Cactar minigame over in Beaconal Desert, which unfortunately I absolutely suck at. I have tried it many a times and it's always resulted in the same thing, me raging. So that's one of the ones I will not be doing. And her crest you will get from the desert, which is the Mercury crest, which we've already got, I believe. Or is it? Hold on. Let me just double check. Make sure I have got the right one. Yeah, okay. Oops. Alright then. Next Celestial. Okay, so next up then we're going to go back to Barge Temple here.
Here we go!
And this is going to get us Lulu's Celestial. We could have probably got it on our last visit had I already sorted out the Celestial Mirror. It's just... well, I guess I just hadn't got round to it at the time. Okay, so we are looking for this little archway over here. And her Celestial should be... there it is. So yeah, if you cannot open these chests, it means you've not yet got the Celestial weapon. Not Celestial weapon, Celestial Mirror. Or it might be that you've got the Cloudy Mirror, but you've not upgraded it yet. Okay, let's see. Who should we go for next? I'll leave him to last. Tidus we get from the winning the Chocobo race against the trainer, which I'm not going to do on camera because again I'd have to do a lot of stuff that would really wind me up and I don't really have the time to be doing it right now. But once you have defeated the Chocobo trainer on the Calmlands, head to the cliff side and you'll find a little path that dips down and you'll find a glyph on the wall. Approach that with the Celestial Mirror and it will give you Tidus's weapon. Waka. We need to go to Luca for that one. Oh, and to get Lulu's other bits that go with her weapon, the sigil and the crest. So the crest can be found in a treasure chest inside the far plane when you go back later, so we could go back and get that now if we wanted to. The sigil you will get from doing the lightning bolt challenge. You must dodge 200 lightning bolts consecutively, which you will also unlock the dancer trophy for. Again, I'm not going to be demonstrating this one right now because it proper enraged me last time. And then onto Waka here. If we approach this end locker here, we get the crest for his weapon. The sigil I am very close to getting. If I just quickly drop into the Blitzball here. I'm not actually going to play any Blitzball, I'm just going to show you. As you can see, the Jupiter seal is just here in the league. You will need to first of all get the attack reels. Once you have done that and you have slaughtered 320 fiends, I think it is, you will unlock the ability to get the status reels in the league. You don't need to play the very first league, you can just simply reset the data as I did and eventually it will pop up. Once you have got the status reels, you will then need to have killed 420 fiends and the auric reels will pop up in a tournament. Once you have done that, I recommend using the reset data ability again in order to reset the league, and eventually the Jupiter sigil will pop up. And then simply all you have to do is obviously win the league. It's, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. So how do we get Waka's weapon? Well, if you follow me, let's Let's see now. We need to make our way over to the cafe where we originally went to look for Oren. So if we just head across. And you will just simply need to have won a certain amount of games of Blitzball for this to work. Which I'm kind of hoping that I've done enough. Yep, we'll go ahead and use the celestial mirror because the weapon is inside the golden globe. If it's not activating for you with the celestial mirror, then you're going to need to go and play a bit more Blitzball and win a few more games. But if you've been following me, then you should pretty much be where you need to be for that. Okie dokie, let's see now. That leaves Kamari and Oren. Kamari's is in the Thunder Plains. You will get that one by finding all 3 cactus stones, and then that will make a ghost cactar appear. You'll follow that to the location, and then it will trigger from there. Since I don't have any no encounter weapons right now, I'm not going to demonstrate this because I'll just get lightning bolted and into battles left, right and centre, and it'll just be an absolute nightmare. So from here then, we're actually going to go to Oren's weapon next. Oh, and to get the bits for Kamari's weapon, you will need to do the butterfly hunt over in Macalania, which again I suck at, so that's why I'm not doing that one. And his other one you will get, let's see, oh, and the Saturn crest is his other bit. You'll get that at the top of Mount Gegazet just after killing Seymour for the 3rd time. God, I had to really think for a second then. Right, so for the last one then, which is Orange, we need to go to the Josei High Road.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
And from here, we're going to make our way over here. Now the reason I've come in from this side is because if we try to go in from the other side, we run the risk of getting, well, sucker punched by the Magnus sisters, and we're not quite ready to deal with them just yet. Eventually we will be able to. There is a specific method as well for dealing with those 3 pain in the arses. But I will demonstrate that a bit later on in an upcoming video when I'm ready. And believe me, they are not easy. They are absolutely annoying as hell. So if we just make our way down this back path, it will let us get in behind the Magnus sisters and avoid a confrontation. And there is also a treasure chest here to be had as well for some softs. Not that you're really going to need them at this point in the game, if I'm honest. I'm just going to run from these locks. I know I've maxed them out on my capture list, so they are more of a nuisance than anything else. A very big nuisance at that. Persistent. Very persistent indeed. I feel like they're chasing me down the blooming path. Okay, so you'll find a little turn off here that will lead into another area. I've already maxed those out as well, so I'm just going to tell them to do one. And we'll find this little lift here. Now, there is a little something we need to do before we get to this point. So near the entrance to the Cabin of the Stolen Faith, there is a statue that has a sword in it. It's the rusty sword. You will need to grab that first, otherwise this will not work. With the rusty sword, you're going to want to approach this statue here. Once you have done that, oops, camera angles, the next thing you'll want to do is approach the glyph on the wall. Now this glyph that's on the wall here, this is pretty much the same one that you will see on the wall for Tidus's as well. Just thought I'd point that out so you know what you're looking for. And this will give Auron his very, very powerful blade. And as I've already stated, you get his sigil in the arena once you've captured a certain amount of fiends and unlock certain stuff. And his crest you will get, which I'm pretty sure we probably already got. You will get on the old Mayhem High Road, where you would have been knocked down by the Chocobo Eater if you had failed to hold him back. I mean, obviously when we did it, we absolutely annihilated him. We sent him over the edge, so we had to walk down to get to it. But so yeah, that's all the celestial weapons and all of the bits that go with them. I hope this video helps. I know I haven't demonstrated where to get all of them from, but it's just purely because there are a few bits that really I should have done off camera first to set up for it, and there are a few bits that I'm just not comfortable with doing because obviously, like I said, there's bits that I suck at, and some of the bits are quite awkward to do as well. But I thought if I at least tell you guys how to get them, then at least it's something, and it makes up for nothing at all. Alright then folks, well that's going to be it for this episode, and I will be back again soon with more Final Fantasy X, and I suspect my next load of videos is going to be starting to show you guys how to do the Don Tombury trick. I'll also show you guys where all the jet spheres are, things like that, but for now I've got a lot of grinding work to do, so I will say goodbye for now. Take care folks.